Well, that was certainly a show. To start with the first match of the evening then, Big Bad Bobo Lashley apparently had a bit of trouble dressing himself last night. In the match with the Revival, his big headband was actually knocked off at one point. He put it back on, and when he did, there was a big bloody Nike logo right on the front. Now, Nike don't sponsor WWE, so they can't be having that, but fortunately the referee took notice. He marched up to Lashley, pointed out his mistake, and soon enough, Bobo was flipping it back round to a plain old black headband. Silly goose. Well, tickle my pickle, would you look at that? The Authors of Pain are bloody back, doing what they do best, skadooshing a couple of Tony Bones in under a minute. Now, you probably already noticed that Akam and Rizar haven't been around for a while, you observant little sh**. But what you may not have realised is that they've actually been away from Raw for almost 2 months. This was their first Raw appearance in 2 months, and we can only hope that their next one doesn't come after a similar wait. Now, they have been active on Main Event during this time, but let's be honest, ain't none of us got time for that. Speaking of things Raw's writers don't usually pay attention to, holy Tony, you guys, Raw has a tag division again. The Authors of Pain are back, the Deleters of Worlds are still feuding with the B team, and lo and behold, the bloody Revival of all teams got a big win last night with Dash Wilder pinning Roman Reigns in the opener. Now, WWE have kind of killed this division lately, so it was great to see 3 separate programs featured on a single show. Let's hope this wasn't a one-off and that the tag division really is back. Right, okay, look, I'm well aware that me pointing out Nia Jax's crappy booking is fast becoming a meme, but if something stinks on the show, I've got to point it out, and WWE did it again last night. Last week, the company announced that Nia would be taking some time off to rehabilitate after her loss at Money in the Bank, insinuating that she'd be gone for a few weeks. But guess what? She showed up last night, meaning that her R&R period away from the ring lasted a grand total of 8 days. Wow. On top of this, her and Natalya are apparently friends now, despite Nia recently coming out of a feud with Ronda Rousey, who's supposed to be Natalya's best friend, and the fact that she tried to beat up Natty a few weeks ago until Ronda saved her. What part of that makes sense? Get in! Finally a conclusive heel turn. Bayley beat the absolute snot out of Sasha Banks last night, knocking her out, dragging her outside, and leaving her with a few choice words. Now, Bayley's language did get a little bit too colourful for the censors towards the end, and WWE muted her final words out. But guess what? Only on the English feed. It made it through to the Spanish feed, with Bayley audibly screaming, "You ain't sh**." That's not very nice and certainly not very Bayley-like, but hey, it worked, and the crowd loved the angle. After the beatdown, your old dad Kurt Angle decided that he needed to do something about the Bayley situation. So how did he follow a white-hot angle that finally stopped the company dragging this feud on and on and on? By ordering Bayley go to counselling, thus dragging this feud on and on and on. Good job! This snafu aside, isn't it just a little bit weird that Kurt is putting so much interest into Sasha and Bayley reconciling? He's the general manager, he's supposed to put matches together, and surely if these two hate each other, that's an easy one to book. Silly goose. Take No Way Jose's conga line off your bingo cards, ladies and gentlemen, because there were a couple of notable faces in last night's lineup as per usual. The young lady dancing around at the front was indie wrestler Ali Parker, and the big goon with the awful tribal tattoos, sorry mate, was a fella named Sledge, who currently works the California indie circuit. Now, neither of these two have really made a breakthrough in the business yet, but hey, they got a spot on international TV last night. That's a win. Shoutouts to my good friend, the ever so slightly creepy Richard Pictures, who sent this one in today from the safety of the treehouse he's built in your mum's garden. While Braun Strowman and Constable Corbin were getting ready to throw down in their big tag match, the social media ticker ran along the bottom of the screen, and it showed this tweet. Ain't no more hug life from Bayley. Now it's hashtag fist life. Fist life. Bayley. God damn it, Richard Pictures. Now, unlike Dash and Dawson a few years ago, I'm no mechanic, but I'm pretty sure that when you turn a car on its roof, the engine doesn't just start smoking, particularly when it isn't even running. I guess Braun just dropped a really massive cigar down there or something? I don't know, that's all I can think of because this was really dumb. But hey, you want to know the only thing dumber than a phantom smoking engine? Jonathan Coachman. For absolutely no reason, Coachman followed up on Braun's destructive act by saying that Kevin Owens brought it on himself. This didn't make any sense. Corey Graves questioned him, but what did Coach have in response? Nothing. Complete silence. Dead air. Great to see the big man still has strength in his convictions then. Twat. So a quick review of last night's matches before we reach our final points. There were 7 bouts in total, 3 of them ended with a roll-up, there was 1 countout, 1 DQ and 1 squash. That means that on the whole card, there was only 1 conventional finish. Now we kind of expect this from weekly television, wrestlers need to be protected, yada yada yada. But 6 on 1 show? It only contributed to Raw's overall funk and left the impression that nothing that happened within these 3 hours really mattered. And finally, a wee bit of editing bollocks to close us out for the week. Dolph Ziggler and Seth Rollins wrestled in the main event. The match was fantastic, but the production, not so much. Seth, the challenger, comes out first. Then Ziggler appears alongside my Scottish brethren Drew McIntyre. The show then goes to a commercial break, but when we come back, it's Rollins' theme, not Ziggler's, that's playing in the building. Short of Rollins somehow repeating his entrance during the commercial break for another burn it down pop, the only possible explanation here is that somebody in the production truck pressed the wrong button. So that's it, our journey through Raw's many Easter eggs, hidden gems and other smaller details is complete. Let us know what you thought of the show down in the comments section below, and also if you picked up on any finer points that I, myself, did not. Once you've done all that, go check out some of the videos currently floating around my big shiny head, and once you've done that, why not head over to whatculture.com/WWE and check out some great articles from the likes of Michael Sidgwick, Michael Hamflett, Jamie Kennedy, and even myself. You'll have a great time. Maybe. Don't sue me if you don't. Anyway, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I've been Andy, and I'll see you later.